Yeah, board members. So fundraising responsibility is the #1 reason why they leave. And by the way, 50% of executive directors leave their job within 5 years. Most of those leave the sector. So how do we, as a sector, really maintain our talent and develop a pipeline of new leaders? That was the focus of the Next Generation Leadership Council that I helped to start at Craigslist Foundation. And so, given that EDs are frustrated around fundraising and board development, let's look at the intersection of those two things, and that's really what Bob dedicated his career and his life to. And in general, there seems to be a typical pattern, which is that organizations that start out as smaller grassroots groups that eventually find success and start to bring in some money, they have a working board that they eventually want to transition to a fundraising board. And that can be very difficult. And a lot of board members will basically dig their heels in and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm here to do work, not to give money or get money, and I don't like to ask people for money. A lot of people have that kind of natural inclination, at least initially. And so the question is kind of, how can we ease people into fundraising, into development work, and help them understand that it's not just about making the ask, right? Fundraising is an entire process, if not a cycle, that, yes, culminates in making an ask, but there's a lot of work that goes into that, leading up to that point where you're doing research and developing relationships. And then there's also all of the stewardship and cultivation that goes into nurturing relationships with your existing donors. And so the idea of a Thank-a-Thon is basically engaging your board in a very easy way to get them on the field as it relates to fundraising, which is ordering a bunch of pizzas, sitting around for 3 or 4 hours, divvying up a set of call lists of your existing supporters, and having your board members just go down the list and call all of your existing supporters and just say thank you. And just convey the impact that their contribution made possible. And then hang up. Don't make an ask, don't invite them to an event. There's no hook, right? So first of all, what you're doing is you're getting your board comfortable with interacting with donors. #2, you're helping them realize that they are actually helping support fundraising goals, even if they're not making an ask, so they're part of the process, right? And the other piece of the puzzle is from the donor's perspective, like pretty much you're only used to hearing from someone when they want money or something from you, whether that's in a letter or an email or a call. So to be able to just get a phone call to say thank you, and by the way, here's the impact that you allowed us to make possible, here are the lives that you helped change, that can be very impactful on a lot of different levels. So thanks to Bob for that one.